expect buffalo on the side. Pussy cut diamonds, they Cartier, yeah. Cartier bad for the Cartier. Sky ring look cool with 200 the dash. Cartier jeans, ain't no way I can say. Ain't no way I'm ever gon' go out. Bad, I can't go out, no way I'm gon' go out. I just grip on her and I show out. I sit like a champ and I wait on her whole lot. I just whip up a new Chanel paddock. I whip with the wrist and I don't break the door out. Turn the whole top floor to up. 100 racks and 1, 2 balls to flood out.
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Today, we have an NFC fighting storm between the visiting team and these guys defending their home turf. The Hallis Trophy and a date at the Super Bowl await one of these teams as we begin the NFC Championship game. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Set, ready. Hut, hut.
Now Love on the play fake. To the left, that's pulled in by Golden. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Ready.
They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now.
Here we go. Set.
To the air with Love. Completed over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot. Give your quarterback a chance.
Ready, ready. Black, chop, 17. Ready.
Love on 3rd and short. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. And, partner, I think we just got to look at what's going to be one of their biggest challenges in this one, operating quick enough to neutralize that pass rush.
That's right. And I know it's very, very early, obviously the opening drive, but hits like that compound. That's why defenses stress it each and every week to get after the quarterback, because hits like that can have an effect throughout.
And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs. 1st down from the 42. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. He's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's going to bring up 1st down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
Viking 18. Go.
Here's Milrow, 1st and 10. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. The rookie from Texas there on the tackle.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Warrior 70. Ready.
From the gun, Milrow. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown. These guys get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. We know all these players are aware of what's at stake here, Brock, and that is the score they needed to get them moving in this conference final.
We know it's not how you start, it's how you finish, especially with stakes this high. Jeez, you couldn't start any better.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. All set to go now from the 35.
Let's go. Hut, hut.
Drive begins with a run by Johnson. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Come on, set.
It's Johnson on second down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door to a bigger gap in the future.
Pass caught out right by Golden. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Defenses are fine with surrendering that completion if it means making the stop short like they did and bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, I like when these defensive coordinators say they want to populate the ball. And that was a perfect example of it. Don't let the playmaker get started.
And they will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. And forget that was 4th down. That is an impressive 22-yard pickup on any play. That gets him a 1st down.
As a quarterback, you just know in that situation when you go for it on 4th down, it may mean sometimes throwing into double coverage. But if you're going to go for it, at least give your guy a shot to make a play. And against really long odds, he came up with a big-time catch.
Johnson gets it on 1st and 10. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Tackle made by Ernest Jones.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Looking for him on the screen there, but it's incomplete, so 2nd down produces nothing. Back to the huddle they go for 3rd down.
As a quarterback, you love when that screen pass is called. At least I used to. And you want to attract that defense and all those guys coming after you. But you also got to find a throwing lane, and he couldn't do it on that one.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go. 45. White. Green Jack.
Throw here, 3rd down. Taking a chance at the end zone. And the catch is made for the touchdown. These guys reach pay dirt for the first time this game. McMahon is there to tack on the point after. And these guys tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Xavier Worthy now on the return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
They'll take over. 1st down and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
On the go.
Here we go now. Time to start this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing here. Milrow hits him on the out route. And he's going to be hit, sent out after about a gain of 1, maybe 2 yards there.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Let's go. Panther 60. Panther 60.
This is Walker on 2nd. And this play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that gives him a first down. All set to go now from the 35.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
19 right. Here we go. Check.
Off the play fake, Milrow. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So that brings up second down. Well, he connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
60 Bison.
Milrow throwing again now on second down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the sack forces a now tougher third down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
Defense looking to defend the marker on third down.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. 18, 5 here. Mustang 19. Ready.
Third and long for him here. Lofts it deep right side. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. He makes it in for the touchdown. These guys have taken the first quarter lead. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. Myers gets the point after to go. And his guys take the lead here, 14-7 in the first.
14. Our home team, 7. Michael Dixon set to kick off.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. Showing a little burst so far. And they'll be happy about where they're about to take the field. He's up to the 35 on the return.
At their own 35-yard line.
Offense to the line. Here we go.
Here we go. Hut, hut.
They give to Johnson to start this drive. There's the intensity we expect in the playoffs. The defense going big play hunting, and they get him behind the line.
Loss of 2.
So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Pass was thrown for Christian Watson. So they're left facing third and long.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Throwing his love on third. Escapes the pocket. And he can escape no longer. They roll over and bring him down. And this defense makes the stop in a big way to bring up fourth down. Daniel Whelan on now to punt this away.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready, set.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
60 by Purple Lady. Cup 19. Cup 19.
Milrow from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Kind of feel like we're watching a welcome to the NFL moment for this rookie quarterback. Hey, kid, yeah, the rush gets here a little bit faster at this level than it does the college game.
Cowboy 80. 18 Rattle. 18 Rattle.
Shotgun now for Milrow. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Looking quickly here. Third and short, it's Milrow. Horton has it. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that means first down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
60 vices, 60 vices.
Milrow with it on first. Has him on the quick hitter. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at their 49-yard line.
We're one quarter into deciding who's going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Still a one-possession game in the early stages. Back in a moment with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Still sticking with the passing game. Short pass brought in. Has room down the left sideline. He does it. Touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Cordero Patterson now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. All right, they're out and set. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 50, green, set.
Now an inside give to Johnson. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. They gain 11 on that play. And that's good for a new set of downs. New set of downs from 37.
Set, hut.
First down, and they go right back to it. I mean, they're full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
52, blue. Set, hut.
Love from the gun. It's his running back. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Dude, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
And they're going to have 1st and goal. He's out of bounds just shy of that 5-yard line. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
Set, ready.
First down.
Yellow, 40.
In the red zone on 1st. Makes the catch. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates now as a receiver in the open field.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal.
Right.
The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Setting up, 2nd and goal.
Let's go. Hut.
Loves to throw again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
Come on, set.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Never eat shredded wheat. Northeast, south, and west, right, Kate? And I like on third downs, north and south. You start going east to west and eating that wheat, you could run into problems just like that.
McManus sends it through. And that'll get him back to 11.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding the spread for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10.
18, 5 here. Let's go now. Pack the 60, pack the 60.
To the air, Milrow. Throwing the out route complete. And they send him out of bounds as he gets this to the opposing 45. They get 35 out of that play. And that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
Walker on 1st down. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Four yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
Gotta be lying. Cowboy 80. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. 60 Bobcat, 6.
Milrow looking to throw. Locates Jefferson along the sideline, complete. And the gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face 3rd down.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3.
Red. Viking 18. Buffalo 18. Go.
Here's Milrow to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
A little outside their comfort zone to try field goal, so instead they're going for this on 4th down.
Come on, come on. Hey. Hawk 79 Broncos.
Trying for it with Milrow. Well, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. Jahan Campbell makes the play. And they finally drag him down, but not until after a very nice return. 1st down from the 42.
Result of the play is a turnover on down.
Ready. Blue 30. Hunt, hunt.
Johnson up the middle. And he stopped quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got 2nd and 8.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
39-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Black. 95. Ready.
Johnson gets it again on 2nd. And this drives him back at a field goal range, Brock, as he stopped for loss of yardage.
This game has evolved so much over the years, but there's just certain times, there's certain moments, some flashes of greatness like that you see Dick Buckets, that you see Jack Lambert, that you see Mike Singletary. These middle linebackers stuffing a run. This guy in particular, like the greats used to do. Tendencies tend to show themselves, Kate, and really come to life on 3rd downs. Right, they want to go to their best receiver. Defense knows it. They know that tendency. They double it, and they make the play.
Fourth down and 9, and look at this. The offense is still out there. They're going to go. It's Love. Sends this to the end zone. And cut in the end zone for the touchdown. These guys make them pay for turning it over.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Extra point try is good by McManus. And these guys cut the lead down to 4.
21. Our home team, 17. Brandon McManus set to
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Worthy now to return it. He's got a lane up past the 30. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35.
They'll take over first down and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
First down now, ball at the 33. Shaking off the pit quickly. He's going to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Well, Brock, a lot of scoring so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Let's go now. 17, 18, Pioneer.
From the gun, Milrow. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
A 5-yard gain on the play results in a first down.
Okay,
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
here we go. Ready.
Hand off to Walker from the gun. We'll cobble together a yard there. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
19 tight, 19 tight, 19, 18. Go.
Now it's Milrow. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
60 boxes, 60 boxes.
Milrow throwing on 3rd down. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
I'll say, Kate, that defense looked even better, sharper on 3rd down than they did on 2nd. They played that one so tight there was no window to throw.
This offense is not leaving the field. On 4th and 8, they're going for it.
Here we go. Johnny Lions, 60 boxes, 60 boxes.
They're going for this. He finds it beyond the marker. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. One of their best play calls of this game so far, Brock. 17 yards on 4th down. That gets him the first.
Result is a first down.
Ready. Go.
Off the play fake, Milrow. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brady Brings up second down.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Milroe from the gun. To the right, hauled in by Jefferson. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Cowboy 80. Buffalo 18. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Third and long for him here. That's dropped underneath. Walker. And they bring him down around the 34. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. Jason Myers lining up for the field goal try. It'll be 51 yards from the left hash. It's no good. He needed more leg, and he sent it too far right. And a 4-point lead, it shall remain.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
Red, side 52, blue. Set, cut.
From the gun, Johnson. And he'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now. Offense up to the line fast.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second.
Shotgun now for Love. Finds the in route complete. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Okay,
Brief set of downs from 37.
set, cut.
Shotgun handoff to Johnson. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26.
That's another 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. The Hallis Trophy awaits one of these teams, partner. Just a half to go as we're off in the 3rd quarter. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here we go now. Time to start this drive. 1st and 10.
18 Cardinals, 18 Cardinals. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Go.
Throwing now. Milroe. Has him on the quick hitter. He's got room to roam. He's at the 30. Gets the 10. And he is in. Touchdown. These guys grow the lead coming out of halftime. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. One after up and good for Myers. And his guys drive their lead to 11.
Our home team, 17. Michael Dixon set to kick off.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10.
Here we go, set, set.
Love out of the shotgun. This is thrown towards a defender instead. Man, he's the one who makes a play on the football. That's not what this offense wants. Incomplete on 1st down.
Playing zone coverage in the NFL, we focus so much on the safeties and corners, but so many times it's the linebackers that are the X factors. They make that zone defense go. Tremendous awareness to knock that ball away.
I'll try again from the 20 after the incompletion.
Here we go, set.
A 2nd down throw here for Love. Escapes the pocket. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. To the air on third and long. Pass brought in by Watson. And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that gives him the first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Takes the handoff, now Love. And he just hooks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
After the incompletion, still at that 31-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Set, hut. Yellow, 43. Ready.
Back to the air. Love. That's caught. Tucker Kraft. And he has him right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. The big play nets him 17 yards. And they're going to have a first down now.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Come on, set. 50, green, 5, 97. Hut.
Stick it in the air. Love. Kraft has it. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a first down.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside. Look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
52 blaster.
Love with it on first down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Target that time, Jaden Reed. And it sets up second down.
Striker, 3-3. Set, ready.
They'll run this with Johnson. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at him and go make a point.
And he's able to tick this one in for the touchdown. These guys start the second half with some needed points. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the grab game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Fielded at the 7. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
1st down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. They go play action here. It's Milrow. Oh, on him quick there. They bring him to the turf. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
I know the scoreboard doesn't say it, but this has been a winning effort up front defensively. One of the keys to their success was going to be this pass rush and sacking the quarterback, and they can check that box.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Now air it out on third. Pushes it towards his running back, but it's going to wind up incomplete. That brings up 4th down.
You know, Kate, with the game that they put together, it's surprising to see them really run into any hiccups when they appear. They move the ball very well throughout, just unsuccessful on that third down.
Hold it ready.
6 yards to the line. The offense is going to go for this.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80. Ready to run.
Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way.
Ready up.
6 yards to the line. The offense is going to go for this.
Set up. 60 Bobcats. 70 Timberwolves. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Looking to throw. He's got it to his running back. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. They stun this defense. They pick up 14 on 4th, and they pick up the first down, too.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense. This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Ready.
Shotgun now for Milrow. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Intended target that time was Kenneth Walker. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Hey, eventually, Kate, as a quarterback, you better be careful throwing check down after check down after check down. Eventually, that defense will catch on to it, and they'll make him pay and punish him there physically.
Cut 19. Ready. 19, 18.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Short pass brought in. And that's a solid stop there to limit the damage. Gave up some, but it's still 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Go.
He's back to throw. That's caught. Here's Arroyo. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. That's going to be a 20-yard hit on 4th down, Brock. That keeps this drive moving. 1st and 10 from the 32.
Come on, come on. Hit. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Mustang 19.
From the gun, Milrow. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Buffalo 18.
2nd and 10, Milrow to throw. Throwing to the back of the end zone. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Dragon 60.
Milrow throwing on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And now it's 5 sacks for them in this one. Man, this defense is eating. Latest brings up 4th down. For the 2nd time today, they're going to run the kick team out for the field goal. They'll try to connect on a 50-yarder. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And they can't add 3 onto that 5-point lead.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
45. White. Ready.
Trying the left side with Johnson. They're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. They gain 11 on that play, and that is good for a first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's stopped after ripping off an 8-yard chunk. It's second down.
I know that jet sweep didn't result in a home run, a splash play, Kate. That's a body blow. And boxers, they love to go to the body because if they do it enough, they know that knockout can come.
They go counter. It's Johnson. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. First down now, ball at the 33.
Here we go, set. Blue, set, cut.
Here's Johnson again. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Ready. Red, 38. Hut, hut.
On the ground again with Johnson. Not much space available there. Maybe two. That brings up third down.
He's brought down at the 31. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
6. Mega. Here we go. Here we go. Set.
Throw here. Third down. Dropping this underneath. Johnson. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Finding Johnson once more. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Down.
Here's Johnson. And that one doesn't get him much, even maybe a yard. It's third down. Just a quarter left before one of these teams punches its ticket to the Super Bowl. It's their ball, and they need to do something with it, or their postseason is over.
On the set.
All right, 2 yards to go here on third down on what will be the 9th play of this impressive drive.
Let's go. Set.
Here he is on 3rd and short. Escapes the pocket. Oh, no, the ball is loose. And that bounces out before anyone can make a recovery. They're going to have this one inside the 10. All right, so they're facing 4th down now, but they are grateful, no doubt, to be facing it. After that sideline right there saved them on the fumble.
Yeah, saved him, Kate, not just on the field, as you're saying, but on the scoreboard. What a hurt to fumble it away inside.
And in he goes for the touchdown. So that brought an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
And it falls incomplete. Can't make that pass work, so as a result, they will not be able to push their new lead to a field goal. On now is McManus to kick this away. Worthy now to return it. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Offense to the line. Here we go. Here's no low to throw. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So 2nd down now after the incompletion.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two. It could have gone the other way.
Let's go now.
Milrow throwing again now on 2nd down. And Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jahan Campbell makes the play. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Set, hut. Ready.
Again, this is Johnson. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's going to bring up first down.
It really is pretty simple. If you want to run against a 3-4 group right up the gut, number 1, got to control that nose tackle. Number 2, you got to get people to the second level. That was teaching tape.
Play fake. It's Love. It's going to fall incomplete. They wanted to get it right back to him after that run, but no luck on that throw.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Love now, off the play action. Buying some time right. Throw caught at the 6. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up first and goal.
Do we feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop, we're playing the same guessing game the defenses are on those kind of plays? Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job of finding that out.
And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
It's Johnson again. And this won't get anywhere either. The front held up. Couldn't pick up anything. And now he brings up 3rd and goal from the 2.
When you get stuff like that on a second down run, the focus kind of shifts from getting a first down to just giving your punter enough room to get the ball out.
Ready. Drill. 50. Green. Black swap. Hut.
They'll run with Johnson. He runs it across. Touchdown. These guys make them pay for turning it over. McManus on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And these guys below their lead to 8.
Team 36. Visitors 28.
On now is McManus to kick this away. This return starts at the 5. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Are they going to run it down? And he had everybody thinking 6 before they finally got to him and put an end to it.
You know, Kate, it's fun talking to these elite kick returners over the years and how much they visualize. As they're sitting back there waiting for the kickoff return, they're visualizing, well, a house call. And there was some serious explosiveness from him on that one. He may not have gotten all the way to the house, but he's setting his offense up in the red zone, which is pretty darn good.
The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you can put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9, all the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
He'll roll from the gun. Brought in. Well, this certainly makes the 3rd down easier. Nearly avoided it altogether. Gain of 10 right up near that marker now.
And it's 3rd down.
18 Cardinal. Ready.
Back to throw it. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out.
alert! Rig alert! Steady!
Desperation time here on fourth. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. It really creates some indecision now defensively.
Yellow, 22.
Now Love on the play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. Gets it downfield, on target to Watson. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. So first down from the 41.
Come on, set.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
43. Ready.
Now a carry by Johnson. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means. There's room for more, and they know it.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Let's go now. Set.
Now it's Johnson. 2nd down run gets him 5. Now they've got 3rd down.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient. He was explosive. He got a nice little gain on the ground.
50, green. Set, huh?
3rd and 2, lot to throw. He's going to loft one deep to the left. Got his man, it's Golden. Touchdown. These guys go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by them.
That one right down the middle. And his guys lead by 15 now. On now is McManus to kick this away. Worthy now to return it. The coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Throwing here, Milrow. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Off the play fake, Milrow. Headed out right. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got his man. This is Walker. And this one breaks beautiful as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. First down throw here from Milrow. Trying to push deep downfield. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning. These guys trail by 15.
Okay, ready?
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
79 Broncos. Ready? 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. Ready?
Shotgun now for Milrow. Man downfield. He's got it. It's Worthy. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down.
Top 50. Top 50.
Milrow with it on 1st. Short pass brought in. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's 2nd down. On the gun, Milrow. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. Will take over after the interception, just short of their 20.
You knew it before this drive started, the field goal was not going to be good enough, but that meant the coverage also knew how to play it, how to concentrate, how to focus on those defenders. Well, they influenced that throw, and even more so, took it away.
All right, they're out and set. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Set.
Drive begins with a run by Johnson. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
Simply nowhere to go on that counter play, Kate. Backside defenders took away one side, and they overwhelmed the blocking right in the middle.
Now, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Black. Hut.
Going with Johnson here. And 2nd down only works out for a yard.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
3rd down here. Need 8 on the play.
Down.
Now an inside give to Johnson. His run, that's about 4, but he's still well shy of that marker. It's 4th down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Punt team on the field. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
First and 10 from the 32. We go play action here. It's Milrow. He rolls to his right. He's running with it. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense. They're 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Here's Milrow, 1st and 10. Flush down out to his left. Now here he goes again. And he's down to almost, nope, they're actually going to give him the 30 here. And here's the timeout with just 1 second left on the clock. So we're going to have one more play left in the game that's already decided. All right, this is going to be the final play of the game.
Ready.
Man in motion out of the slot. One final shot here. Taking a final shot at the end zone. And it's caught for the touchdown. No time left. So a positive note at the very end in this loss. These guys can make it a 1-score game as they trim the lead. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So no time remaining, Brock, but the touchdown and now potentially this 2-point conversion can at least make it look a little closer. Here he goes, one final shot. Forced out to his right. And he goes down, the pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. And one last huge step has been taken, partner, as they claim that George Halas Trophy as NFC champions. And now just 1 step and 1 trophy remain. 2 weeks from now when they take the field in the Super Bowl. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. What a game for our winners. As we say thanks for watching, we'll catch you again soon.
miss you, Chester. Sending love from a bass compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really wanna brag, I'm just telling that I'm leaving with a bag. High five to the scarred and the strange, from the outlaw that'll never get tamed. Biscuit beats from the pirate band, sign this deal with a lobster hand. Freestyle like a bowling pin, flex these bars on a dolphin fin. Life's too short but I can't complain, doing backflips on a candy cane. Ride my scooter with a cape at night, and I'ma high five me a traffic light. I blink twice then I teleport, got kicked out of the Trump resort. Bought this cloud on a payment plan, then I ghosted out in a minivan. Might get my hand like a waffle cone, spitting out syrup in the twilight zone. Got no job but I'm on the clock, and you can't stop me cause